Welcome to some Gary Grigsby's War in the East, my friends. We haven't played this game in a very long time, but it's one that I really do enjoy. Now, in this battle, it's the Siege of Budapest. We're going to try and win as the Germans and drive the Soviets out of Hungary once and for all. Now, that first attack, as we can see, their defending forces did hold. I wasn't expecting that. It's going to be a little tougher to push these Soviets out than I initially thought. Now, what I will do is try and bring over some of the Mountain Corps, but it looks like we have already 3 units here, so let's just attack with them and hope we get lucky. We are cutting across a river, and that is a problem. With the attacking side, we did not do very well at all. What I'm going to do now is try and merge some forces together for an attack, and let's see if anybody's even willing to join. It doesn't look like they want to. This additional infantry unit is kind of lonely. But this guy is not across a river, and I think we'll be a little more successful there. They did hold, but with some additional units, I get the feeling we could probably break through eventually. Probably not this turn, though. Besides that, let's look elsewhere, and I'm looking for these kind of weak positions that the Soviets have. Let's push forward with our SS Panzer Armor unit here. The HQ is quite a ways back, but we finally got the enemy to retreat, and what I'd really like to do is actually move these guys in. I'm not sure if they have the points, though. They might not have the points to move in. Let's take a look here. I doubt it. Yeah, so what we can do instead is maybe, let's see. Yeah, we're not going to be able to move through, but maybe we can attack these guys across the river and make it a little bit easier for our men to actually get across. So 863 Soviets killed there. That's more like it, but can our men get across? Again, I don't think they can get across this turn. Even the tanks are having some difficulty. That doesn't mean we can't carry out another attack here on the Guards' rifles. Now, they're going to probably regroup very, very quickly, and right now we're just trying to find different ways to break through to Budapest. Obviously, the winter is making it a lot harder than it otherwise would be to get through to the city, and obviously the Soviets are taking advantage of that as they can. So far, no pushes forward. I'm just trying to look for weak points. Another thing we could do is carry out some actual bombing runs, or even do some air recon here, just to get a better idea of what the enemy has. Now, our bombers will be joining us on these attacks one way or another, but we can, of course, try and call in actual bomb sites, target actual locations. So right now, I'm going to bring some bombers in to hit this area here. Okay. Let's go ahead and hit them again, and this is not going to make much of a difference. Really, it's best to use these bombers on our attacks. So here we're going to merge these units together. Let's see if we can't push the Soviets out, and the 3rd Panzer Division is also committed to this attack. Unfortunately, the enemy held there. I'm going to grab these 2 massive units. In fact, we'll try to get 3, but if not, we can deal with 2. And let's attack the Soviets right here on the road. Definitely force them back, but we lost a lot of men in the process. Let's not stop there. We're even getting some air support, and it looks like we may have pushed them out of this little town right here. There's no way I can pronounce that. If somebody wants to try, no way, man. Usually I'm pretty good at pronouncing the towns, but you've got me on that one. So there we go, another attack, and we've got, because if you take a look around this area, you'll see that the enemy has some very strong tank positions, and we've got some very weak positions over here. We're going to do what we can, so I'll keep the HQ behind, push forward with these 2 units, including an SS unit, and I'll at least try to destroy their weaker engineer divisions, etc., force them back, maybe even do a little attack over here on their mechanized unit. Unfortunately, there we did not get nearly as lucky. Again, keeping that HQ back, but I'm not going to attack. I'm just going to keep my guys in defensive mode, and I'll do the same with these guys right here. Just hold this side of Lake Balaton. Definitely want that SS HQ a little bit closer, although, you know what, now that I think about it, I'd rather have them right over here and have our fighting men there on the front lines. So we can actually get this tank through, and you know what? I'm going to try. If we can get another attack here, I might go for it. Again, this is a bit risky, though. It might be better to actually go for an attack on this infantry. Or we just wait a turn. I think we wait a turn and wait for reinforcements, see if we don't get some additional units. Up here, we just have security divisions, so don't expect much happening over there in the north. Really, the only chance we have is to sneak these tanks out over here and try and cause a breakthrough. So, could we push this tank through? We could, but I'm not sure what this is going to achieve. Let's go ahead and hit their HQ. We actually sent their HQ on a panicked run here. But again, not going to do much since we don't have any of their units trapped behind our lines. Nonetheless, we are committing to the attack, and again, sending some Soviets back. Now, if we could hold this line, hold this road, we are denying them some reinforcements, but not really enough to make a difference. And as you can see, we've got units trapped here within the actual city itself, so we've got to try and break the siege. Some Hungarians, essentially. I know I shouldn't be doing any counterattacks here, but I get the feeling if we can break out, it'll obviously make things a little bit easier for us. Can anybody move up? Let's leave these Hungarians behind. Let's leave even our infantry corps behind. And I'm going to try to get an attack on the artillery here. Alright, defending forces have held. Yeah, they're not going to give this up easily. They really want to keep our units trapped. Alright, well, we've given it the good old college try. Let's end the turn and see how things go. Nothing I can do here in the north, really, except pray for the best. Let's do it, boys. Alright, they're absolutely trying to break through to Budapest, and I think, sure, it's going to be very tough to hold. We actually managed to defend over here in the north. Just barely. Now, again, our units here in the north are mostly Hungarian units. They're just simply not as strong as our German units. But if they can hold on a little bit longer, as you can see here, the enemy losing 165 men on a charge, then we can actually make this work in our favor. Also, something that's going to be very important here are the reinforcements for our men already on the field. And again, right there, 421 enemy lost in that attack. But they're trying to retake this road, and they actually did force our 1st Panzer Division, really consolidating their forces around Budapest. Now, the key would be to cut off these 2 roads behind Budapest, and more importantly, just to break through the city, period. Break through even just to the other side of the Danube, I think would really make our men a lot happier, so we could ferry in some supplies. Maybe not many, but at least some supplies. So let's take a look there at the actual casualties here. Men killed on our side, 54,000. No, Axis loss is just 54,000 casualties. 18,000 killed. 21,000 killed on the Soviet side. Still pretty brutal, and winter is raging here. I mean, it's not getting much prettier out here. What we will do is we're going to try to push right through the artillery, and we're going to try to trap these units over here in the north. It's the goal. Let's see if it works. As for our infantry here, we're sending in some Hungarian divisions as well as Viking Grenadier Division. Let's go for it. Yes, beautiful. 1,348 men lost on the defending side. That certainly means we took some prisoners. And as you can see, we're going to move these tanks through. So as you can see here, this is what I'm trying to do, is trap the enemy. But also at the same time, we could even break through. Let's go for it. We can easily break through here. Although I really do have to focus on the trapping and not so much the breaking through. This is the more important. If we can lock them in and they can't escape, we've got ourselves a bunch of Soviet prisoners. Doesn't look like they're going to be able to hold. What about these guys? Nope. Okay, beautiful. That works. I don't know if it's going to work, but it'll at least cut them off from any sort of supplies from their other troops. So we'll see what happens here and sort of play it out depending on how it goes. Now what I'm going to do is push this armor over here, make them even a little weaker here in northern Budapest. Try and force some units back, of course. I might even go for an attack here, although only if that tank can join me. This may not be the best attack. I think we were really Way too confident there. Now over here, we could try to break through. But we need way more men for a serious attack here. Alright, well, we've got to take on the Soviets. That's simple. Just can't allow them to get this close. There we go. Not bad. Send those guards rifle divisions back. But what do we do with this infantry unit? I really think we need to get him out of here. Unfortunately, with the winter, there's not much movement going on here at all. So temporarily, we're just going to kind of stay put. Look at that. We can't even move most of our infantry. We're going to try to take out, obviously, the heavy rocket brigade. My goodness, could those be Katyushas? And maybe we can even end up trapping the enemy over here near Gabosvar, cut off the back of their line, and try and push forward. But in terms of actual movement for the rest of our armies, it's not looking good. We're going to have to wait for winter to pass, and I'm really hoping that this attempt here is going to work out in my favor. Never tried a cutoff like this. Yeah, we just can't go for that attack. I just get the feeling we can probably push through the engineers. I'm going to try. Yes, beautiful. And also sent an HQ back. But I'm not going to go for the double attack here. I think that would be crazy. I'm not even going to send any units. Well, you know what? Yeah, we're going to send our SS tanks through. Because we can get another attack there on the HQ, cause even further confusion, and potentially even trap these units here. The units surrounding Budapest, of course. Alright, well guys, how do you think this battle is going to go, and who would you put your money on? Let me know in the comments down below, and we shall return with part 2 of our invasion of Hungary, or liberation of Budapest. I don't know what I'm going to call this campaign yet. It's a short campaign, it's only 8 turns long, so I'm expecting 2, 3, or 4 episodes. That being said, we'll get to the next episode if we get to 25 likes, so please make sure to hit that like button if you want to see some more. Catch you next time, folks.